Okay, here we go. The IC63, the Ghost of Cassiopeia. I'm going to open as was Bayard. This is a good one to practice on. It's got a magnitude 10 nebula and a magnitude 2 star very close by, which overshines, so we need to control the stars in this one. I'm going to bin 50%. Now I'm going to develop, not auto, just a normal develop. I prefer to do it this way. This is just basically to find out the stacking artifacts here from when you took the data. So we'll keep that. Now we need to crop out the any artifacts. So we've missed all the overlapping frames. Now we go to wipe. Normally if you've used flats, I'd go and use gradients. If no flats have been used, I'll use vignetting. So I'm going to use the gradient, and I'm going to use dark anomaly filter 3. I'm going to temporary auto develop it. That's good. It looks pretty good. There's no bright corners or anything, and it's visible, so we'll keep that. Now this is one of the times I'll probably use auto develop. First I'm going to try develop and see what we come up with, because there's a very bright star. It can be hard to control in develop, in manual developing. So we're going to see what we can get with this. This is a good little tool here. Now that's really sort of overpowering the image, so it's not really working for me, that. So I'm going to try auto develop this time, and I'm going to pull a selection using the star. So we can now see we've actually got a star there with a lot of glow. That's much better. I want it a little bit brighter, I think. So that looks good. So I'll keep that for now. So now I'm going to go to deconvolution and generate a mask automatically. See what that does. Alright. I don't really like the effect that it's giving. We're losing a bit of nebulosity, although it's sharpening it a bit. The stars don't look right, so I'm going to cancel that. Now go to mask next, clear. I'm going to work on reducing the glow of this star, and a very clever tool we've got in StarTools. So I'm going to click similar colour, somewhere near the star and it's picked up a fair amount of that. We're going to grow that until we sort of cover the glow area of the star. That should do it. So we'll keep that. Now filter. Down here we select reject, mask fuzz up to maximum. Come to the star and click on a fairly bright area. The difference that's made already just with one. That'll do us for the moment. We can always come back and do more of that. So we'll keep that result. Okay, now I'm going to remove that mask. Clear. Keep. Try contrast to see if that helps sort out the star as well. That's quite good actually, it's evened out, took a lot of glow away. So we'll keep that. So now I'm going to go to the colour module and work on the colours. Now I've obviously been through this before, so I know what settings I'm going to use. We're trying to darken the background, colour into the nebula, control the colour of the stars. I seem to like artistic detail aware. With that you'll need to bring up the saturation amount and drop the dark saturation down to 0. That'll darken the background. Now I know I'm getting a good colour up, reducing the red bias by 0.2, and this was bringing out a pretty good picture. Play about the settings, try and get the colour that you like. You can always come back into the colour module and do it again. So that's, I'm liking that. It's quite a dark background. There's a bit red maybe in the stars, so you could reduce the stars, the red in the picture, and so then mask the nebula, which I'll do later, and bring a bit more red into that. So for now I'm going to just reduce a little bit of red. It's quite dominant. This is for the stars. Yeah, that's the sort of colour stars I'm looking for, so I'm going to keep that. Now I'm going to go to HDR, keeping it on reveal all, maximise the dark bright response. I usually turn the strength down depending on how it works on the image. Probably can't see that on video, but that's sharpening it up a bit. It's also making that star a little bit more like a star, not overly bright, so that's okay. We're going to keep that. Now I'm going to work on reducing the star field a bit, but keeping the nebula bright so it stands out a little more. So I need to go to mask. Now it's trial and error here with mask. Similar colour, click on the nebula, see what we get. If one goes a bit too violent, undo that last move. Okay, undo. So we'll try similar brightness. It can be a bit tedious, but what we're trying to do is mask the nebula. It can take a while, so I'm going to continue doing this until I've got the mask I want. Alternatively, we can use lasso and mask around our nebula area. Doesn't have to be brilliant. There's a lot of faint nebula there. We're just going to try and save that. We'll try that. Go to life and moderate. No, I want isolate. Okay, so we're going to have the mask fuzz up pretty high, say 25 or so. The strength will need to be really low. And this can take, oh, it's not, it's going pretty quick, so hopefully we'll just reduce the star field a bit and the nebula will pop out. Adjust the strength. I mean, if we left it at 100%, it's looking really fake. So adjust the strength until you're happy. That's okay for me. Go back to the mask, clear, keep. Now we're going to try life again and moderate, just to see how that brings up the nebula. It can be a bit too much sometimes, but we'll have a look. We'll try reducing it a bit. On this one, if you reduce, you raise while you're on moderate or heavy. It's making the nebula look nice, but the star, I don't like what it's doing to the star. So what I'm going to try is to mask on that, so just take that out of the equation and try again. To a bit too violent, so growth threshold, if we raise it up and then try again. Okay, too much. We'll drop it back down to, say, 16 and try that. I'm only trying to get a wisp of brighter nebula. That's what I'm looking for, just a little bit of highlight. So I keep that one. Now we're going to make a star mask, which we're going to need for a few things. So if we go to auto, stars, the noise, there's a fair bit of noise in the image at the moment, so we need to sort of raise this, or if you don't raise this you'll pick up all the noise as stars, so we raise it up a bit. Do so we're still picking up noise here, so what we'll do is try that again. I'm going to shrink it once, and then the brighter stuff, auto, fat stars, add new to old, do. Okay, so we grow that once. Now we've got a good star mask there, so we're going to save that. It will automatically save in where I want it, which is in there. Save. Okay. Okay, we've got our star mask saved for later. I'm going to clear it and just run through the nebula through the colour module again. So undo that, similar brightness. Oops. Just to bring a bit of colour into the nebula. It is a hydrogen dominant nebula, as most are, so I'd like to highlight that in a little bit of red. Try that colour, keep the mask, start to reduce the red, try 25, reduce the dark saturation again. If you've got lots of nebulosity around, then bringing up the dark saturation can highlight the nebulosity. Try 20. it's quite nice. I'll keep that. Now, so we're ready for the noise reducing now. We've done everything here we need to do for the moment, and we need now the magic, so we can't use that until after the tracking has stopped. With the grain size, depending on the noise, sometimes some of my pictures need 24 pixels, but as a rule you're trying to get rid of the clumpiness that you see in the noise, and it can be adjusted after this bit anyway, so it's not vital. It takes a little while, so I'll pop back. Right, set full mask. The smoothness, this module, this parameter, when it reaches 78, it makes quite a difference. It takes the grain right out of it, so I always move this up to 78 to smooth out the picture a little bit. See what we've got. I don't know if you can see that on the video, but it has made quite a nice difference in smoothing out all the blotchy colours, so we'll keep that. That's a good job. Now we need our star mask back, so we're going to go to our mask, open, and find our star mask. Mask TIFF, there it is, open. Now what I'm going to do with this first is a little bit of magic. This reduces the stars a little bit more. Now just controlling the massive star field here, and you've got a couple of options. That's shrink, tighten is also a good one. I think maybe that's just a little bit too much, so we're going to keep it on shrink. That's exactly what I wanted, so we'll keep that. Now back to mask. I'm going to grow it once. In fact, I'm going to mask that whole, or I'll enlarge that one a bit. Now this was similar colour, I think. That's okay. Invert it. So we're sharpening now, so we don't want to sharpen our stars. Sharp. Enlarge. Next. I'm going to set the mask fuzz to around about 5, I think. Drop it down 50%. Keep that. Sharp again, medium next. Drop that down 25%. Okay. So that's pretty much it. You can carry on. You can change the colour of anything. There's lots of things you can do, but that's the basic. Well, that was the workflow I used. On your on this image. Thanks for letting me try it.